Got me down in Mississippi, where I don't wanna be. I'm starting soon, don't you worry. Just start in case you're in a hurry. Lardy-dar, lardy-day. What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? Starting soon. We're gonna be starting soon. Maybe. Starting soon. Do. Assuming, you know, that all goes well. Hey, look, it's up. Hey, look. For the love. Da da da, stars shining bright above you. Stars, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night. I can do that. And kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. Or in the dreams, whatever may be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still. Sorry, I can't think and remember all those lyrics at the same time. Oh. Alright. We're going to go live. And Harry Potter designs today. T-T-E-R. Harry Pottery. Harry Pottery. That's what I should do. That's going to be my niche. Oh gosh. No, go back. Okay. Oh. Just typed in, for those of you, oh, come on. See, I am just having technical difficulties all over the place today. You guys don't even know. You don't even know the technical difficulties that I am suffering with today. Suffering succotash. Oh, see, it's like, oh, honestly, truly, so much crap today. Oh. Stupid Bixie Bitten. Alright, Samsung. You put it in the wrong freaking place. Alright, enough cussing, Samsung. Honestly, guys, today... Oh, you better not. You better not. Fool. Today is going to be amazing. It really is. Like, if we make it through the day, this is going to be... I was all set up, and the internet just totally farted. And now that's a mess. And so, oh gosh, if we ever get started, it will be a minor miracle. Oh my gosh. All right, so where am I at here? This is nuts. All right. Woo! Samsung. That one's working. I can't wait to see. Woo! Samsung. That one's working. All right, so I think we're good. Let's see. So I think we're good. Let's see. Does my audio really sound like that? A mess. And so, oh gosh, if we ever get started, it will be a minor. That's probably gonna read a replay back in. So, yeah. Hi. We are. Let's see. It's the very last thing. It's the very last thing right now. Oh gosh. It's just been one of those messes all day long. All right, let's see if we can't make some magic happen today, because it would be nice if I actually got something done. Got up this morning, had all my plans, everything is good to go, and it's all going to crap. It's all going to crap. I'm telling you guys right now. Okay. Here we go. Ah. Okay. Where am I at? Why am I not showing what's going on? Sweet. All right. With any luck, we can just go. Okay, so today we're working on a couple Harry Potter designs. Well, actually, one at least. And then after that, you know, we'll see, because the way things are going today, you know, maybe not. Oh. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, let's just create a new file. Oh, yeah. So I had all this stuff ready to go. And now let's just, it doesn't really matter what I do, so I'm just going to click that, open that up, get a brand new file going here. I believe it's 3 by 3, but it really doesn't matter. So we're just going to start with an ellipse tool, and I'm holding down Shift to do that, by the way. So I'm going to make that a different color. I'm going to make that reddish. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I'm going to put something on top of it. So let's see. What we're going to do is we have the ability now to create an ornament. So I'm going to do that. We're going to create an ornament. I guess I didn't need to do that. That was pretty stupid. And let's see. Got my fingers on the wrong keyboard over here. Multiple keyboards. And actually, I do need white in the middle of that. So we're doing a Harry Potter Christmas ornament. This will be live on... Actually, it's a secret, kind of. Like, so, well, it's not really a secret. It's just not, it's an open secret. We're not, it hasn't been officially announced yet, but we're putting together a website for the folks over at the beach house. So, currently we're getting some product up there. They've built some stuff in the past, and we're getting some merch and stuff over there for them. So the idea is just to put together some merch that they've done based off stuff they've done in the past. And one of the things they've done in the past is an awesome little platform 9 3/4 Harry Potter design. So what I'm going to do, I have to remember what it is though. So here's my font manager. I just got a file for one-offs. This is the one I'm going to use. Pistilli. It's a freebie on DeFont, so no, shouldn't be too hard to find. You can actually just like Google platform 9 3/4 font, and that seems to work fairly well. I'm going to go over here real quick and see. I'm curious as to why my audio is so echoey. I need to like an awesome little platform 9 3/4 Harry Potter. I'm gonna have to line my house with designs. So what I'm gonna do, I have to remember what it is. Soundproofing. So here's my font manager. I just got a file for one-offs. This is the one I'm going to use. Everything, my house is empty, so everything in my house echoes. It's a freebie on DeFont, so... Oh, for the love. I'm on a kick today, guys. You are lucky to be here, because this is going to be quite the day. So I could just search. Here, I'll type in P and that'll get me closer. There we go. And I'm just going to size it that way for a minute. So it's just going to be like 9 and 3/4. Where is it? So there we go. Just getting some reference up over here on the other side. It's like I said, it's been a day. So 3, and then let's shrink that a bit. And this is a bit of a surprise for them. So they do not know, the client does not know that we can do Christmas ornaments. And so this is actually kind of a surprise just for them. I'm really stoked about it just because I get to kind of throw this at them. Unless they log on to the stream and start watching, they will not know until I give them the link to the product, and it will be live and ready to go. And if I'm wise, I will put a log on later and put a link to to where it's going to be in the video as well. I get my fingers on the wrong board. So with any luck, it took longer today for me to set up to stream than it will for me to finish the design. Like that's the kind of day it's winding up to be. So we're gonna do a couple different versions though. We're gonna sneak in a couple different versions. So just to help me out, I mean, I could snap it, but I'm just gonna show the grid real quick. Let's get rid of, on the layers, let's hide those 2 ellipses. Let's drag everything down here because it's going to actually be easier for me to resize the ellipses than it will for me to resize the artwork. So see, I'm just getting everything. I mean, this is just a basic font. I mean, this is seriously a matter of download the font, put things in the right place on the page, and you're done. This is a simple little project in Illustrator, and probably, honestly, in most programs. I don't see this as being a real issue. And this is kind of like a non-destructive practices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a copy of that off to the side, and then I'm going to expand these. So when you have text, it comes in as text, but you can actually create outlines so that you can modify however you want. The advantage of doing that in this case is it's editable later. So if I ever lost that font, then it would still be here. All the artwork would be here. So that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna expand just the stroke. I could have done that a different way. There's a couple ways to do that. And then go over to these layers And get this guy situated. And I actually don't need the red because the ornament we'll be doing it on will have different colors in the background. And so I can do a couple different colors. I'm just raising my head up here to see what's going on in the chat room. That looks pretty solid. I mean, we're there, right? So, I'm going to take that one. I'm going to drag a copy of it over here. And now I'm going to go back to this one. And try another version. Let's do it. Let's see if it works. So actually, I'm just going to drag one of these down here. So this is a little bit of a different thing. We're going to go copy front, and we're going to go type in a path tool. And I'm just going to grab that, go PLATFORM, make that really, really big. And look, someone totally screwed up. Don't you worry. That's easy to fix. I'll just go type, change case, uppercase, and now it's all in uppercase format. The question here is going to be, see, I can never remember how to do this. Like, I have to figure it out every stinking time. It's just because I don't have that much call for type on a path. So I'm actually going to make that. Come on, cancel. We're going to make that white. And then it disappear. And then we'll take this guy right here, copy, and paste it in back. And then, oops. Copy, paste it in back. And now it is gonna work. So we'll switch around the colors, remove the, there we go. Now we have two versions of that same artwork. Oops. Whoopsie! Two versions, same artwork, and then we could choose which one we put on that. So when I resize, I'm just doing a shift drag because if that keeps the proper proportions. Now I have two versions. Now, there are things I could do. There are things I could do to make this better. But if I do them, I'm afraid I'll be messing with copyright stuff. And so, more so than I already am. Cool beans. That's 2 of them down. And then that's all white. See, I'm not a huge fan of this because the text is pretty it's pretty skinny. I would prefer a different type on that. Let's just go real quick and go down the list and look at a few options. See, even that one is better because the serifs aren't as thin. Which one was that one? Baskerville. Platform 9 3/4. Yeah, that one's better too. We'll keep looking, but I'm going to click on that one. Copper plate could be nice. Especially that big, bold one. I don't know. Right or no, Raggy? Nine 3/4. Keep going. Keep going. That one's not terrible. Actually, I kind of like that one, even though it's just as bad as the other one. Let's see. If I step backwards and now step forward. They're very similar. Try a couple more. Try a couple more. Interesting. Let's just get regular on it. Here, let's step back to this one and knock up the character size a little bit. So once I get the character size, and I'm going to have to mess with the kerning. I know that's blocking, but you'll see when I pop it out, it's pulling the text a little further apart, so they're not quite as squished together there down on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Not my favorite. Yeah, do something crazy like that. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Huh. You can do a colored version of that. It's automatically colored. Interesting. Times New Roman. Let's try it. Not so much. Oh, that's what's happening. Okay. Black Adder. No, I'm not seeing anything that's better. All right, we'll leave it there. And that works pretty well for me. I think we will just save that bad boy. Shave it. We're gonna shave it. Really? Now is when the keyboard craps out. That's okay, I got another one. All right. So there's the interface. So far, we're just failing miserably. Why? Why? Oh, the internet is just sucking it up today. Let's see. I think everything is going well. Oh, see, it's just not happy. Maybe it'll pretend to like it if I plug it in. Let's see. Nope. I think everything is going well. Oh, see, it's just not happy. Maybe it'll pretend to like it if I plug it in. Let's see. Can't listen to myself. Nope. You ever listen to your own voice? I think everything is going. Sucks. All right. I think we're in a good spot. Why is that? Oh, okay. Cool. All right, platform 9 3/4, done. What else do we want to do today? What else? Turn off that stupid grid. There we go. So pretty. I think I'm gonna go with this one on the right. I think it's just so much more clean. So when I get this done, I will actually hop in. Well, I could grab it right now. Where did I put it? La, da, 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 da. We're gonna put some actually. Cool. So now what I'm going to do is, let's see if I still have that open. 83.9. So I'm going to start a new file, new. I'm going to go to, yeah, it doesn't really matter. In this case, this doesn't matter because I just save it as a PNG, I think. So, but I will do a print version just in case we want to do as an embroidery later. So now I'm going to go to millimeters, and in this case it's 83.9 millimeters, which is just really odd. 83.9 millimeters. Okay, so that's a square file format. Blah, 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 blah. All right, we're good. And might as well call it circle ornament. Why am I on caps lock? CCat. That's the preset. So now I'm going to paste in a little file from my templates. I'm going to put this guy right there. Just drag and drop, and that should be perfect. Perfect. So this is a circle ornament. I downloaded it from the POD manufacturer. This is showing where the safe area is, and then yeah. So basically, this is what's safe. This is what'll show. And uh-oh, Becca, are you watching still? This is a surprise for you. Okay, Becca, if you're watching, which you were a second ago, I didn't tell you about this, so it's a surprise for you. But you may as well know, because the POD place we're using can do ornaments, and so we are doing an ornament that you did. So I'm doing a new layer here, and I'll show you if you are already in here. If you've been here for a while, then you'll know what's up. But if you haven't been here for a while, then this is what's up. So we're actually doing, oh, I failed. It's okay. I have to go over here and do object, path, outline stroke, and now I can do that. So copy, paste, and now I can shrink that whole thing until it fits on there. And yeah, so we're gonna have a Christmas ornament for your store. It's gonna be so awesome. And we'll put this on a red background probably. I actually have a few options. So what you see here is just the design that goes on the front, and then you choose the back color on the ornament. So in this case we'll have here, and I can do this on a different layer. So if I do a different layer, and here, let's hide this top one, and really quick I'm going to make this in There we go. We're going to make this in Illustrator real fast. Turn this around so that I can punch holes out of things and give it a proper background. So then, where is it? Trying to figure out the best way to do this. Okay, cool. That would work. That'd work. Okay. It's like the problem is that I have to figure out how to copy front, how to make it look like the ornament's going to look in the end. So and we're going to do some ugly sweaters. We just have to figure out what we're going to put on the ugly sweaters. And I have to show you guys that. That's going to be cool. So one of the print-on-demand places that we have has released the ability to do, to create ugly sweaters, which is just awesome. You can't see what I'm doing right now because it's all white. I guess if I had made it black, you guys would be able to see this. All right, what is that? That needs to be locked down. These all are good to go. So then I'll turn these white, and then I'm going to take my magic, my magic button over here, and subtract that, and add those two together. And then I can turn that any color I want. And in this case it's red. And then I will turn on the platform 9 3/4. And so, oh, okay. Let's turn that black. Oopsie. So I'm gonna make this black. Nope, that didn't work. It didn't work. Let's just put a circle in there. Let's just put a circle in there. Stop being lazy. All right, now, so that's one way it could look. And let's see. So yeah, so basically, and let's do another layer real quick here. When we turn it off, that's basically how it would look right now. So we could conceivably do a new layer and add a circle behind it so that when I resize this, so I could resize it so it, oh, come on. Oh, I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't know. So when I resize it, it could be more like that. So I kind of like it bigger. let's do 2 up. Let's do a couple versions where we do everything, everything, everything. Wait a minute, so I'm entirely unsure how this goes down. What's the ratio? Talk to Google real quick. Say 83.9 millimeters to inches. Okay, cool. So the actual ornament is the white circle. So that's what's going on. And so I am right. And the artwork just needs to go out that far for it to be shaped right. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, I was doing 2 options. So 2 options. We'll just keep dragging them over to the side here. So that's one. And that's one. So if I make this any bigger, it's not necessarily safe. See how that cuts out the top? And then, yeah, now it's going to start cutting off the sides. See? Ooh. We could just do... Okay, there's some options here. If I go in a little bit smaller... Wish it was a little... Okay, cool. The nice thing is we can do this on black too. So if we do it on black, wait, what is going on? What is that? I don't even know. I don't even know what that is. I didn't know you could co-broadcast with people. That's cool. Whoa! There is a light. Ah! Let's see. What I would do, I think, here is I would actually go in and make this one, to make it safe, I would make this a little bit smaller and give myself a little wider margin of error for that one. I like that one a lot. I think this is going to be so small, so when I go down to 100%, where's my ruler? I don't have a ruler in here, really? Yeah, when I go down to 100%, then I think it's going to be pretty small. It's only 3 inches. Like I said, there's really not a ruler in this room. That's hilarious. I don't know where they go. They disappear magically all the time. So my vote's for this guy over here. And what's going to be cool is when I can actually make it a little larger and still get away with it. Yeah. So what's going to be cool is when we have the ability, when we can turn these black, because we'll have, there might be a black ornament, but we'll be able to turn that, we'll be able to print it on a black one, and then it'll look just like that, which will be really cool. So, I think that'll be wicked cool. Wicked cool. Yeah, so we'll probably do a black version and then maybe a red. Hopefully they have a red or a cranberry, not just a red, because the red is going to be quite a bit brighter. Oh, that actually red could work really well. So, yeah, that's going to be the new product right there. And I wish we could pop it in. Now, next, right? We're going to go on to the next thing. So this is done. Yeah, man, if you guys had any ideas, I'd totally listen to them. Other than that, let's see. Okay, cool. So, I know what my next project is now. I have to download something real quick. And we'll stick it over in... there. And then we're going to open a new one. So this guy is pretty much ready to go. I might have to do a little tweaking on the other end. I still have to save it out. I'm going to go save this guy now while I... So, saving that one out. This one can die. Yes. Alright, let's get a new one here. And once again, it just doesn't matter what size. So, I'm going to import from... I'm just going to take a minute and recreate a logo that the beaches have for me. So... where is it? This right here. So this is their logo, and I just have to recreate it real quick. So what I'm going to do is grab it like I I'll have to do a little tweaking. I I want to modify this so that we can put it like on the back of a hat or on the side of a shirt, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to slightly modify it. They've got these sandals with the TBH, which stands for the beach house, on it. And so what I'm going to do is go in here and say image trace. And look what it did. Oh, it's beautiful. It's in black and white. Like, I couldn't ask for better. Normally I would have to tweak it quite a bit more. So we expand that, and then actually I'm going to modify this real quick. I'm going to go hit ignore white, and then I'm going to expand it, because then I don't have to go rid of certain things. So now, it may not, but it should. Yeah, there, it's all ready to go for me. Now I think there's going to be a flat spot up on the top here. It kind of was on both of them actually. So I'm just going to go take my pencil tool, which has got the right settings on it right now, and kind of modify that so it's a little smoother. Something you barely even notice, but still gonna do it. Still gonna do it. So this is just the normal version. This is like, can be recolored as anything. What I'm going to do next is resize this guy. I'm going to go make a version that I can use that's really small. So when things are really small for print or whatever, this isn't going to work out. So I'm going to just go in here real quick. And oh man, if Becca was on, what's the font? Maybe a messenger real quick. Becca, what's the font? What do you want, phone? Just wiggly. All right, so see if we can get Messenger rolling here. All right. While we're waiting for an answer to that question, we're going to do something else. So I'm going to go File, New, same thing again. It just doesn't matter right now. I can convert it in any time, and honestly, not a big deal. So we're going to grab something else right now. We're going to go over here and go to wrong one. Wrong one. Where am I looking? Not Facebook. Oh, yeah. Pins and things. I should have just done this in. Oh, this is gonna be loud. Oh, good. I stopped it before we could even get there. Okay. You know what we might have to do? We might have to. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. I'm going to zoom in like that. I'm going to grab a tool and just make a quick selection like that. So I'm going to mess with this logo for a minute. What? Fix the movie? I can fix the movie. Fix the movie, don't it? Mom must be passed out. Let's see. So I was asked to kind of look at this real quick and see what I could do to help it. She showed me a version of it where it was just black and white, and so it didn't have these shadows and stuff. So really what we're just looking at is just this main thing. We're just going to take a quick stab at it. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a pencil tool. Oops. Let's try that again on a new layer. Grab a pencil tool, and I'm just going to trace this. Like that. And I'm going to turn it black so we can play with it and give it some more size. And then go do some fixing. So right now it's a matter of playing with it until we feel better about the overall design. Well, the overall design, but just how things are working. So I'm going to take my pencil, because it's working, it's smoothing too well right now. Take my pencil and knock it down a touch. There's that. And yeah, let's turn off that back layer so I can just look at this. So actually I kind of liked that. Maybe. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm not fond of what I did there. Let's go take it back to her original a little closer. Get a tool, drag it over. Waddle-yacha. So what I can do is mess with the styling a little bit. So I can go up here. Let's go grab my pen tool and actually do a pull out here so I can work right here. I can make that a different style of corner. Just playing with it. We'll turn this off. Just playing with it, seeing if, oops, if I like it. See, I want that tight on the end, otherwise it's gonna mess with people. At the same time, make it a little more loopy, like thread. I'm gonna take this guy. See, if I do that, it might read as pens and things. So little tweaks. Go turn my smooth back up. Oopsie. It's one of the nice things about the modern pencil tool is just the ability to go in, fix things, a little here, a little there, and make it so we feel better about this. Like this guy right here, I'm thinking I'm gonna drag it down here a little bit more and loop it up so it kind of loops around itself. Maybe push this S a little bit more. Now I've gone too far with that, but that's okay. So I'll swing it back that way. I'm just going to use the arrow tool and knock it back a little bit. Just taking it easy, seeing what we can come up with. Hopefully I don't push it too far out of whack, which tends to happen with type when I'm messing with it. I tend to push things a little too far so you can't even read it anymore. Let's take this smooth tool. Oops. Really, this did a pretty good job. Oops. Wait a minute. The smooth tool removes points from the line. So having a lot of points on a line makes it a little harder to work with. You decrease the points, then you end up with a better product, easier to work with. So now I'm trying to make it a little more loopy. I'm just isolating on this Interesting. My internet has really gone to crap today. I'll be honest. be honest. Is this working? So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and mess with the line style for a minute. That's going to round off the ends of these. That's hard to tell. So if I
the other thing I'm
hit Control Z,
I'm going to go over here
and then
mess
Control Shift Z to redo it.
That's going to round
then
off
the end of the line gets rounded off. It's just going to look a little bit better.
Hit Control Z,
and
then
Control Shift Z to redo it. Then the end of the line gets rounded off.
It's just going to look a little bit better.
That's funny. Still kind of want to tweak this. So I have to get back in my mind thread. You know, are you picking up what I'm putting down?
That's funny.
I'm wondering. See, this N is problematic. I'm wondering if I can.
Still kind of want to tweak this. So I have to get back in my mind thread. You know,
get it to work. Probably not.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Okay, that's closer. Let's get this needle made over here.
See, this N is problematic. I'm wondering if I can. Get it to work.
Let's see.
Probably not like that.
Just work on a logo for pins and things. Just gonna slightly modify this.
Okay, that's closer. Let's get.
So I'm gonna go in. I kind of been messing with the thread part of the logo, and now I'm gonna go in and get the rest of this, like the buttons. And
just work on a logo for pins and things. Just gonna slightly modify this.
Oops.
So I'm gonna go in. I kind of been messing with the thread part of the logo, and now I'm gonna go in here and get the rest of this, like the buttons.
Don't mind me.
And oops.
Just messing around, trying to get these where they need to go. He's doing his own theme music. I'm so glad I was
Don't mind
unconscious
me.
for this. Alright, now deselect that. I'm gonna group those, and then we're gonna use a line to get those exactly in the middle of that circle. Then we're going to group those.
He's where they need to go.
And now
he's doing his own theme music.
I'm going to drag. I can drag it around as one bit,
unconscious,
and I can modify it that way. This needle needs to.
All right, now
Multiple ways to do this, but here's how we're going to do it.
Deselect that.
We're going to switch that so I'm playing with the right
and
weight. And then
use a line to get those exact.
what we're going to do is,
and we're going to group those.
let's rotate it just, well, let's not rotate it yet.
I'm going to drag, I can
So
drag
I'm
it
going to go grab this.
one bit, and I can modify it that way. This needle.
And just stretch that out like that.
Multiple ways to do this, but here's how we're going to do it.
And then,
We're going to switch
because it's
that
still,
so I'm playing with
here,
the
let's
right
do that one more time.
weight.
I'm going to hold down the shift key this time while I do it.
What
And
we're going
now-
to do is let's rotate it just, well, let's not rotate it yet. So I'm going to go grab this.
It'll be in the right place. And then when I go
And just
do
stretch that
this,
out
I'm
like
just going to
that.
make a line straight down about that far.
And then,
Oh, don't worry. Oh, for heaven's sakes.
because
I
it's
don't actually
still,
need that anymore.
Okay, let's
So I
do
didn't
that
need to
one
keep
more
it
time.
up. So now,
I'm going to go.
This is where
hold on the shift
Illustrator
key
gets
this time while I do it.
really handy.
And now
Just go grab this thing and change the line width and make it big up there, smaller down here,
it'll be in the right place. And then when I go
and
do this,
I'm
I'm
going to
just
round
make
the
a
end of the
line
stroke.
straight
So-
down that far.
That's
Oh,
getting
don't worry.
closer.
Ah, for heaven's
Oops.
sakes. I don't actually need that anymore, so I didn't need to keep it up. So now
It's a bit thick,
this is what Illustrator gets.
so go back in here,
Really handy.
grab that line and
Just
just
go
make
grab
it
this thing and
titch,
change the line width.
titch smaller.
And
I'm going to make this
it
a little bit wider at the top than it is,
big up there,
and
smaller down here.
there we have a needle.
And I'm going to round the
I'm
end
going
of
to
the
bump
stroke.
up the line width a bit on
So-
this. Maybe.
Let's
Oh,
get
I see what's
closer.
going on.
Oops.
I see. I can see what's happening. What? And they don't have a
It's a
clue.
bit thick.
Ooh.
So go back in here.
The designer.
that
The
line.
designer doesn't have a clue.
Titch.
We'll
Titch
fall in love, and here's the bottom
I'm gonna
line.
make this
All
a
right.
little bit wider at the
So
top
now,
than it is.
I'm gonna grab these two bad boys, and we're gonna group them. And now I can manipulate them a bit. So
there we have
one thing that I just noticed is
bump up
that
the line width a
this
bit
doesn't
on
line up
this.
with the bottom, and
Oh,
that should. So I'm gonna turn off the
I see. I can see what's
template.
happening.
or the yeah. I'm gonna
What?
turn off the template layer.
And they don't have a
I'm gonna-
clue.
Mess with this a bit,
The designer.
and I
Designer
know
doesn't have a clue.
she has it tilted.
We'll fall in love. and here's
I
the
can
bottom
do
line.
that.
All right.
That's kind of nice.
So now I'm gonna.
How
grab these two bad
extreme
boys
can we do it?
and
because
we're gonna group them.
pins and
now I
things
can
is
manipulate them a
extreme.
bit. So one
Control Z.
thing that I just
Extreme!
noticed is that this doesn't line
A
up
little more than that though.
with the bottom, and that should. So I'm gonna turn off the template, or the
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna turn off the template layer.
It's starting to look a little better already. I'm still not liking this area, but
Mess with this a bit.
I do
And
like
I
what's
know
going on. I
she
am
has
gonna
it tilted.
thicken up
This
this
can do that.
needle's head
How extreme
Titch.
can we do it? Because
and
Ooh,
shrink
this
it
is
a
extreme.
titch
Control Z.
and pop it right in there. And then,
That, though.
should we get fancy? Should we do an overlap on that? Maybe I should wait on that one.
starting to look a little better already. I'm still not liking this area, but
that would be so fancy.
I do like what's going on. I am gonna thicken up this
Show fancy.
needle's head.
I do want to mess with this needle just a little bit more because I feel like
And
there's a couple. Here, let's go in here. A couple things I can do to improve this. So one is, oops, that's the wrong tool.
And then
One is I'm gonna go make this.
Should we do an overlap on that?
Decrease in size a touch there. So now it's gonna be thicker at the top and thinner, even though that's probably not how a needle actually works. I'm going to give a nice little touch to it, and then I'm going to go in.
I do want to mess with this needle
Same
just a
tool.
little bit more, because I feel like...
And expand the top of that needle just a touch again. And
things I
drag
can do
it
to
down.
improve this. So one
Get
is...
to the right spot.
Oops, that's
So
the
now,
wrong tool.
that needle has a little
One
more
is
character.
I'm
You see
gonna
what I'm
go
dealing with?
with
So,
this decrease in
has a little bit of
size
line width
there.
change.
So now it's going to be thicker at the top.
Now for these buttons. These buttons. You see this button right here?
Actually works.
We will play with these as well. So what we do
Touch to it, and then
is we'll play with one side like that, make it thicker on one side, thinner on the other side.
Expand the top of that needle just
Maybe push that a little more.
and drag it down.
It's a bad thing when the French accent comes out.
That needle has a little more character. You see what I'm dealing with? So,
oh, you know what we can
has a little
do?
bit of line width change.
You know what we could do?
Now for these buttons. These buttons.
Take one of these right here. Let's take this
we would
pencil
play with these as
tool.
well.
and go like that right
what
there.
we do,
And then if I pop that up a couple of notches,
make it thicker on one side,
then
and thinner on the other
it's going to give a
side.
little more depth to that button.
Maybe push that a little more.
Button.
It's a bad thing when the French
That was
accent
crazy.
comes out.
That was crazy.
Oh,
Do the same thing right there.
You know what we could do? We could take one of these right here. Let's take this pencil tool.
What?
Do like that right there. And then if I pop that up a couple of notches,
That was strange.
then it's going to give a little more depth to that button.
Okay, so now there's a little more depth to the button. Probably too much.
That was
Let's just
crazy.
grab our...
That's crazy. Do the same thing right there.
pen tool and manipulate it with the pen tool. That's easier anyway. I'm so shy, man.
What?
Nope, not shiny.
That was strange. Okay. So now
Ugh, that was terrible. Here.
there's a little more depth to the button. Probably
I
too
failed.
much.
I failed.
Let's just grab our...
I failed.
pen tool and manipulate it with the pen tool. That's easier anyway. I'm so shy, man.
Maybe instead of that, we'll do
No,
this.
it's not shiny. Oh, that was terrible. Here. I failed.
No?
I failed.
No? I don't believe I have.
failed.
Maybe take this down a notch, eh?
Maybe instead of that,
Wrong tool.
we'll do this.
See, I'm just messing around with it. Oh, see? It would never work.
No? No?
Never work on a
I don't believe I have.
embroidery, but it'll work on the screen. So now I feel pretty good about a lot of this. Like, this isn't a whole reinvention of it. This is just a tweaking. So just gonna mess with this a little bit more.
Maybe take this
I'm
down,
zoomed in enough,
sir.
it might actually work this time. So
Wrong tool.
no, that's not what I wanted. Still not what I wanted. That's closer to what I wanted.
See, just
And
messing
now I
around
can
with
manipulate it with
See, it would never work.
these handles.
Never work.
This is all vector,
on a
so I can go in
embroidery.
and manipulate these bits and pieces. I can make them go way out
Just
like
gonna
that.
mess with
I can
this a little bit more.
delete
I'm
the
zoomed in
point,
enough,
which I
it
think
might
is the
actually
best thing to
work
do.
this time. So
And
no, that's not what I wanted.
hey, let's turn on a
Still not what I
navigator
wanted. That's
so you
closer
guys
to
can
what I
see
wanted.
what's happening
And now I can manipulate it with
from a macro point of view.
with
Let's see.
these handles. This is all vector, so
There you go.
I can
Look,
go in,
you're so happy.
manipulate these bits and pieces. I can make them go way out like that.
And I think I may have to back off on this
Delete
thread
that
idea
point,
on the
which I think is the
N.
best thing to do.
because it's causing too many
And-
problems.
Here, let's turn on a navigator so you guys can see what's happening from a macro point of view.
You're causing too many problems.
There you go. Look, you're so happy. And I think I may have to back off on this.
Now I got that stupid
thread
shiny
idea
song
on
stuck in my head.
N, 'cause it's causing
Thanks a
too many
lot.
problems.
Moana. Thanks a lot, Moana. Moana. If Becca was actually here, she could tell me what's wrong. Canada sucks. She's not actually here. She's not watching at all. Maybe. Consider the coconut.
Now I got this stupid shiny song stuck in my head.
What now? What now?
Thanks a lot, Moana. Thanks a lot, Moana.
Moana.
If Becca was actually here, she could
No.
tell me what's wrong. Canada
No.
sucks. She's not actually
that's not
here.
happening.
She's not watching at all.
Let's see.
Maybe. Consider the
Let's see.
coconut.
This is an extra right here. That's no good. Let's see. What else?
now?
I'm not super fond of what that's doing there. I was thinking it would be a little more loopy, but this is one of those things that you kind of just go back and forth on, you know?
No, that's not.
Let's go look at the source material
let's see.
again.
Let's see. This is an extra right here.
Let's put them side by side.
That's no good.
How's that sound?
Let's see. What else? I'm not super fond of what that's doing there.
Here, instead of doing that,
I was
drag this
thinking it
over
would be a
like
little more
this.
loopy, but
I'm going to unlock that and drag that over like that.
This is one of those things that
now,
you kind of just go back and forth on.
Now we can look at them together.
Let's go look at the source material again. Let's put them side by side.
I do want a little
How
more
does that sound?
variation in the line width there.
Here, instead of doing that, drag this over like this. And then unlock that and drag that over like that. And now...
Just gives it a little more life. The other thing I've got to kind of think about is with embroidery, this would just never work. I
do want a little more variation.
Yeah, with embroidery, this would never really work. So I've got to go think about what to do for that. And what we'll probably do with embroidery is just take a text version of it. And so I'm gonna
just gives it a little more life.
Becca, if you were on the stream, if you're on the stream,
I've got to kind of think about.
I'm gonna cuss you out.
Embroidery, this would just
for this text type over here. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. You're awesome.
Yeah,
Your
with
type
embroidery, this would never really work. So
she's like, no, Gavin, you've destroyed my life.
That. And what we'll probably do with embroidery
I'm so inconsequential.
Take a text.
Don't listen to a word I say. Just serious.
Version of it.
Pretend like it never happened.
I'm gonna, like, Becca, if
never
you're on the stream, I'm gonna cut you
never
for this.
No, never.
Well,
that's cool and all, but
I'm sorry,
not quite.
You're awesome. Your type wasn't. She's like, no, Gavin, you've destroyed my life. I'm so inconsequential.
Just a little right there. Oh, see that? You see that right there?
Just serious. Just
you can tell there's a
pretend like
there's
never happened.
Point right there because it got all wonky. So I just took the smooth tool out and took out the point.
That would never. No, never.
So now,
well, that's cool and all, but
it got a little thin there. But I think there's another one there somewhere. Actually, see, we're gonna see if we can get rid of that too.
Just a little right there. Oh, see that? You see that right there? You can tell there's a point right there because it got all wonky. So I just took the smooth tool out and took out the point.
This is really...
So now...
What?
Got a little thin there, but I think there's another one there somewhere. Actually. See
what?
We can get rid of that too.
Can I? Oops.
This is really... What?
Doesn't want to do what I want it to do.
Can I? Oops.
I'll zoom in a little bit more. So right now I think this line is too thick and I want it to not be like that. So
Doesn't want to do what I want.
I'm going to go in here. I'm going to smooth it again. Smooth this one again. And then see if we can't get this to thin out a little bit.
Zoom in a little bit more.
Which it did.
So right now, I think this
I want
line is
a little bit of variation. I don't want a ton of variation on there.
not
So, like right here,
like that. So
I'm
going to go in
actually going to
here.
thin it out a little bit right there,
Smooth it again.
and end it a little bigger right there.
Smooth this one again. And then see if we can't get this to
Go back and find
thin out a little bit.
this one again.
Which it did. I do want a little bit of variation. I don't want a ton of
It's
variation.
really touchy
on there.
today.
So, like right here. I'm actually gonna thin it out.
There we go. That's
Right
better.
there. And
That's
bigger
closer.
there.
Oops. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to thin out this section right here. So I didn't realize that this is what I was doing until just barely.
Find this one again.
And basically what I want to do is thin out the connectors. So, and leave the
really
text.
touchy today.
Thicker. So
There we go. That's better.
what I mean is
That's
that
closer.
you know the part of the eye that's going to be thicker, the end's going to be thicker,
I'm
and
going
these
here. I'm
connectors
gonna thin
between the
out
two are
this
going to be thin. What that makes me
section
realize
here.
is that
So I
the
didn't
S is
realize
too
this
close
was doing
to
until just barely.
the N.
And
So
basically
we're just
what I
gonna
want to
separate
do
those two just a touch.
is thin out the connectors. So
Kerning, it's important.
and leave the text. Thicker. So what I mean is that, you know, the part of the eye that's going to be thicker, the end's going to be thicker, and these connectors between the two are going to be thin. What that makes me realize is that
Is my
the end's going to be thicker,
Okay.
and these
getting commentary from the peanut gallery, but hopefully it's because there's something wrong and I need to fix it. Getting commentary from the peanut gallery, but hopefully it's because there's something wrong and I need to fix it. Why is there an echo? Getting commentary from the peanut gallery, but hopefully it's because there's something wrong and I need to fix it. Why is there an echo? It sounds like there's a digital thing. Getting commentary from the peanut gallery, but hopefully it's because there's something wrong and I need to fix it. Why is there an echo? It sounds like there's a digital thing. Getting commentary. Oh, I'm totally getting double from the peanut gallery, but hopefully it's because there's something wrong and I need to fix it. Why is there an echo? It sounds like there's a digital thing. Here, we're gonna keep going. Getting commentary. Oh, I'm totally getting double from the peanut gallery, but hopefully it's because there's something wrong and I need to fix it. Why is there an echo? It sounds like there's a digital thing. Here, we're gonna keep going. Getting commentary. Oh, I'm totally getting double from the peanut gallery. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. All right. Oh, I can see why people definitely dropped out of that. That's hilarious. I had something going on. I think Facebook was playing. Are you there? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my settings were all jacked up. Now I want to listen to it because I was totally getting doublespeak there. So I'm going to listen to myself for a little while. Hopefully I can talk and do this at the same time. So we're going to just thin out this section. Doublespeak. Oh, that was terrible. I feel really bad for anyone who was on YouTube or Twitch. That was just horrid. Had the settings all right, messed with it. Yeah. So we're getting closer, I think. This is really close. I kind of need to stop working on it and move on to the next thing. Because there's lots to do today. That's lots to do today. All right, let's see. Now this guy has, I think that's gonna do. And then we'll go in. Make that bigger. So now there's some variety to the line quality. Does that make sense? I'm really close here. And there's a couple tweaks I want to make. Kind of want to throw this back a little bit further. No. It's just looking at there's some odd kerning going on between these two, like, because we're using cursive. It would be really using a weird mix of cursive and non. So let's see. Very modified cursive, shall we say? Let's go kill the width on this thing too. It doesn't need to be that wide down there. It's not that important. It's just not that important. There we go. Tweaking. This is the problem with the graphic design. There's always
always tweaking something. Just like, oh, there's the next problem. There's the next problem. There's the next problem. At some point, you have to decide to be done. And you're like, nope, I'm not going to work on it anymore. Oh, that helped a lot. To me, that helped. All right, now we got to finish off the rest of it because, hi, Deidre, if you're still with us, how's it going? So this is the revamp of this guy. Boo. Let's turn the template off. So I'm revamping this guy. I'm feeling pretty close. Just a quick update was all we were aiming for. Actually, now that I'm here, so I'm doing the digital version of it, and then I should probably do this. I should probably make a copy of it up here because I'm going to tweak this a little bit more. I'm going to add in, you see that? I'm going to add in a little bit of width right here. Nope, that was wrong. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a slight shine to this needle. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And the reason I made a copy of it is because I've actually got to go backward with the other design, possibly for a more simple thing later. So I'm just making a copy of it so I can tweak this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'll just take a pen tool real quick, turn it white, and then this is not going to look right until I switch it. So I'm going to add a shine to that. I'm adding a little more detail just to make it fancy, because these guys use most of their stuff digitally. So we can get away with a lot of stuff digitally. See? A lot of stuff digitally. So now I'm gonna actually object path. I'm gonna outline the stroke on this, and I'm gonna go in and edit this inside of the needle because I can. So that's gonna give it a little more depth and play with that idea of this needle and this button thread. We're gonna like that a lot more, I think. See? Lovely. Maybe do a little bit more like that. And grab this guy and do a little bit more there, because I'm going to do the same thing here. Right, so now that we've done that, we did something bad. Made it look like it's not. Not right. So I'm going to cut that off right there. And then I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to go grab my Eraser tool might actually work. Watch. Nope, that didn't work. So yeah, I'm going to expand the appearance on that, and now I'm going to grab that eraser and just erase right there and right there. And I probably did too much. So we're gonna zoom in a little bit more. And I don't need to do both sides. There we go. And you'll barely notice it. I could. If we're gonna do that, we can do the same thing here. And then it's never gonna work the way I want it to, so just gonna drag this guy. Okay, get rid of him then. Fine then, I'll get rid of you. If you're not going to do what I want you to do, I will get rid of you. See now, it's blown out a little bit more. Sweet. Let's get the rest of the text rolling. So this guy needs and things. So it's going to say pins and things. So let's go do something a little different. This is Nexus font, which is really handy for a lot of things. Ooh. Oh, there's a couple ways of doing this. So I'm going to hit my font collection button, and this is going to take forever. But basically what I'll do is I'll go through and look for a different typeface real quick, and I'll just do that live. It'll be fun. It'll be loads of fun. Do other stuff while I'm waiting for that. Take a drink, take a break. I only have 3 cups in here today. That's good for me. 3 cups. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's usually more. It's usually more. Check my email. Make sure nobody important has messaged me. Let's go. Let's go. All right. If you guys are just tuning in, what we worked on so far today is we made a circle ornament. So this is platform 9 3/4 from Harry Potter. We just did that real fast, and then I'm working on this, but I want to see if I can find out what typeface this is before I just guess. And then I'm revamping this Pins and Things logo. All kinds of fun today. See how close we are. About halfway. Look at that. That's what's going on. Let's see.
I would be sad because I left behind the girl that I adore. Let's check progress. Oh, it's close. It's thinking about it. While we're here. That looks like Trajan or Trahan or whatever. That's what it looks like. With any luck, we'll fix that. So, today, Junior. Come on, you can do it. Oh, there's a couple things I can take out of there, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna do a full text version of this logo as well. Pins and so that's what's going on. Basically, oops, this isn't gonna work. This is gonna let me look and see something else. Something maybe a little more playful. If that makes sense. Because that is very serious. I wish this thing would work with touch. Something that's a little reminiscent of the string, but not too much. Actually, I want something kind of thick, really. Probably give her a square version and a long version and a text-only version. I'm really not liking this tiny little bar over here. I have to drag on this tiny little bar, and it's too sensitive. Has to be legible. But not obnoxious. What was that? Here, I'll go use my keyboard. I saw one that I thought was good and then it disappeared. I would be sad. Someone needs some music. Pins and things. Okay, it was 11M MT. So I'm gonna go do a couple things. First, I'm gonna do
Make that really, really, really tiny. So copy that. Make a copy of it. 11M. Okay, so that is better already. We'll get rid of the pins. So see how that flows together better with the text already? Like it just, or with the rest of the logo. Because this is more of a playful channel, really. I mean, there's no reason to be terribly serious with the text. Which makes me think also that I should be doing this in a different case. So let's do title case. Except for, I want that to be a, oh, come on. Fine. Oh, my caps lock again. That's what's going on? So then what we can do is we can start messing with this if we like this, which no. And actually that's not bad. Let's go grab this one and I'll just copy the thing from that, and then I have a version there and a version there, and then this will be, we'll make this change case title case, and then we'll get rid of the capital there. And so then making a few copies here. This is making a bold version. So, and I'll check the kerning on that in a bit, but I'm actually kind of fond of this idea of making that and a lot smaller. It seems too important, if you know what I'm saying. So then we can take this same thing, and I'll do the touch type tool came out a couple years ago, and super handy, super handy, because you're able to manipulate the individual letters a lot easier. Only problem is that got super thick. Super thick. So obnoxious. If I did that, I'd have to
bold these maybe. So the other way to manipulate that, because the thickness is getting too big, the other way to manipulate that would be to actually go in and flatten it, and then I'll just make it bigger that way. So it's increasing the text size. Let's see. So I want this to be separate from this, because I think it needs to be smaller, like significantly smaller. So, and I'm almost thinking that's too thick. And then when I take this thing, oops. See, now I'm thinking that text is too thick. I want something light and airy. That might work. Just end up getting copies all over the place, huh? Somewhere I tilted that. I would be sad because I left behind Amph. Getting closer. Getting closer. So excited. Oh no. Big stretch time. Just thinking about tomorrow. When I think of a day. Oh gosh. I'm singing Annie now. I'm having that weird moment when I'm looking at something. I'm looking at a word, and the word starts to come apart and look like something else. It's a designer thing. the word things is coming apart, and it looks like to hings. Oh, in case you're wondering, which you're probably not. Oh. Oh, the silence. All right, maybe it's time to stop looking at. Let's save it real quick. Save it in logos. So with this one, I want to take a moment and zoom in real quick and just look at this, because this is all it would be nice to be able to pop just text in on something, and so I really want to be able to have something that still looks like pins and things, but is embroidered. I can embroider on things. That's what I want to do. Looking at fonts, looking at fonts. It gets real ridiculous looking at fonts. You know what I should do? The nice thing about this brand is it can kind of float around a little bit. Like, you don't have to really get stuck to one typeface. Oof. You saw me pause and debate when I meant to go. I'm like, not so much. You can try this one, Tecton Pro. Okay. The condensed version of that might work.
So she's got it out like that in her title, but another thing we can do is make a copy of this, and we can bring it under like this, and then bring that together a little bit more. So if I go there, here, let's zoom in because that's hard to see. So if I go there, then let's grab the touch type tool. Touch type tool! Touch type tool! Party time! Excellent! So then we have a square logo. I'll probably cut, in fact, let's do that right now. Let's do it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this thing out so it'll show whatever, oopsie. It'll show whatever thing is behind it. If I'm going to do that, let's modify it slightly. Oh, come on. Now, once that is done, then I'll actually go in. See, this is bugging me. It's not in line. Get in line, fool. Right now, just go in and subtract these out. So select everything except that. Try that again. I feel like an idiot. What's going on? So we will make these. Oh. Right now, it's not distracting me anymore. Now there's a version, the square version, and a longer version. And I like that better already. And then we need This one seems a little more crafty. So we're gonna go take this one over here. We're gonna replace it with what if I just got rid of the and then made that big. So there's a couple versions. This one kind of makes the things a little too important. So that one knocks it back a little bit. So that's one version. Look at us iterate. Wow. And with this thing, normally I would only say like one font or maybe two, especially like just stick with one font in one logo. But because it is a craft brand, we can kind of get away with a lot more. So there's a couple versions. And then see, same with this one. We'll pop this guy down here. Copy this over there. Get rid of this. Copy this one down here. And so you've got a square version and an elongated version. So, and normally I wouldn't like that font, but I'm kind of enjoying it for this project. It seems like it works. I do like, this is a little more professional. This is a little more playful. It's good for the brand. Yeah, I'm enjoying that now, and I think it is getting really close to time to move on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this up here. Then, oh, and I wanted, yeah, I can do that. I wanted a version where, so I'm going to put all these in their own windows real quick, because then I can export them quite quickly. And send them off for review. What was my next thing? Oh yeah. So now it's a matter of saying, well, what about an embroidered version? And I think something like that might work. Kind of mixing and matching, but maybe if I up this. Just so happens that I'm working huge. This would be easier if I was working smaller. Here. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know. All right, it's time for a break. It's time for a break, so we'll put a break sign up. Do after these messages.